Welcome back. Now, when you see our next guest, you may think it's actually Sunrise Foreign Exchange, but it's Miss Pearly grandson live and direct. And this morning, he has on another hat. He's your meteorjournologist with your post-hurricane meteorjournological update. I don't know. You gotta ask him. I try not to bite my tongue. Is all I'm doing.
That is a real word, sir.
It ain't.
It's much
it's
like
not, right?
It's much like the uptownification of CVM.
Oh,
She said no.
You know, so me I go watch stage right here. All right.
Stage right, stage right. But the Yardies Got Talent stage is open to the one and only MPG. How are you?
I'm good today, thank you, and I'm happy to say I'm good given the circumstances. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's very rough.
You were actually here when Beryl hit.
I was here.
And you were based in Manchester.
I'm based in Manchester.
How is your family? How is everyone around you?
Family in Manchester is fine. Family in St. Elizabeth, not so well.
Yeah.
Not so well. Not much good news coming out of St. Elizabeth, but we are prayerful, and I trust our resilience as a people.
Yes.
Our bounce back, you know, we bounce back kind of strong.
Solid, solid.
So I feel like I have faith in us.
I have a question for you, because I know everybody had that moment where they were like, oh, Beryl not come, Beryl not come. And then for everybody, there was that moment where we're like,
oh.
You know what is
what
interesting?
was that for you?
What is interesting about a storm, and it's a part of what I'm going to be talking about this morning, is the oxymoron, right? Because there are, in fact, some people who are still able to say, oh, Beryl, is that all you've got?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you were not against that eye wall, you know, like the gentleman was saying earlier, you would not have felt the blunt of what Beryl was packing.
Right.
But if you go to St. Elizabeth,
you're gonna see
and you see the devastation there, you would understand that Beryl was about the business. Beryl did Beck's bad.
Yeah, she expects.
Yeah, she did well back and
you mentioned our resilience, and I believe very much in our resilience.
Absolutely.
But I also believe in your meteorjournology.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
I must apologize. I never mean to put it. I never mean to make it so difficult.
We're going to put our uptownification and walk this way, uptownified.
That's fine.
Is that a word?
According to him.
Let's do it.
Listen, I do it all the time. Miss Pearly grandson with your meteorjournological update, post-Beryl. Now, one of the things I find quite startling is just how oxymoronic we are as a people, because on the one hand, there are those who are storming the mercy seat and beckoning to Calvary to spare us. On the other hand, there are those who are capitalizing on the grace out in the street, vagrant. Yes? It baffles me how a hurricane is approaching. There are some people who are panicking and are clearing the shelves in the supermarket. And then there are some people asking, it's still a come? It never shift. What is her name again? Jennifer? And then there are some folks who are kind of sort of questioning the gender of the storm to say, well, a girl's storm not really so bad. We have to just be concerned about a boy's storm. So like when storm have a man name, that is really where the true concern is. When a storm have a girl name, so I really am waiting on an update from our meteorological department, the real one, not the place where I'm coming from, to kind of sort of give us some insights as to how the sex of the storm impacts the landscape. Be that as it may, though, ladies and gentlemen, we have a responsibility, because you know we are a resilient people. We are a cup half full kind of people. We are a silver lining kind of people. And so even though there is much devastation, one of the things that Jamaicans are great at is that we know how to actually just be light-hearted and fun about everything and try our best not to make it stressful. So, given that the hurricane come through Harsangan, one of the things that we can do now is that we can actually look at the positive impact of a hurricane. First, rainfall. Rainfall, great. If you have a farm and there was a drought situation, what drought? No more drought. Rainfall, so your farm has been adequately watered. Moreover, for those people in Hopper-St. who are concerned, who are always obsessed with watering lawns and washing cars, you can do any amount of watering and washing that you can, because them can't tell us a Hermitage Dam is going down. Second, landscape reshaping. I don't need to say much about that. After our hurricane passed through, everything flat. Yes? Third, heat distribution. A hurricane is known to take heat from the warmer zones of the equator and distribute that to the colder zones of the earth. Here in Jamaica, we can identify with this as well, because as soon as one leaf starts to tremble upon a tree and one drop of rain come pre-hurricane, the light turn off, all fans and AC go on, go slow or strike me no vacation, and the heat is on. Nutrient distribution. Whenever you have a hurricane, the nutrients from deep down in the ocean tend to come up to the top, because there is the circulation of the ocean, so that your phytoplanktons and so on can be fed, and so that we can keep the oceanic ecosystem going. Interestingly, if you happen to have been anywhere on the Palisados during the course of Beryl passing, you would have witnessed ocean circulation for yourself when the ocean come out from over which part it there and circulate around the boulder them and come out on the road. This is Miss Pearly grandson, your meteojournologist, and that was your post-Beryl meteojournological update.